Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 160, part 3, using the Sefer Hachinuch, a mitzvah that keeps us on its way. And here we go, continuing with the obligation regarding the Tumah of foods, the impurity of foods. The Hachinuch pauses to provide examples of this principle that we mentioned before, about how it has to get prepared for becoming impure by touching one of these liquids. We find this concept of Torah regulations regarding food items applying only to a finished product elsewhere, as is well known regarding the laws of produce with respect to Trumas and Maasros. Trumas and Maasros, you're supposed to separate a portion, 1 or 2% to the Kohen, another 10% to the Levi, in order to provide food for them when you're a farmer. He says similarly regarding challah, also supposed to give challah to a Kohen. The time of its obligation does not commence until the flour is thoroughly mixed into dough. It is on account of this rule that if one separates his challah while it is still flour, i.e. not well kneaded, it is not considered challah, and the Kohen's possession of it is tantamount to theft. Having demonstrated that Torah regulations pertaining to foods generally apply to a finished product, the Chinuch resumes his application of this principle to hechsher, again, having that prepared, having the Tumah prepared by becoming wet, being removed from the ground. Therefore, regarding Tumah as well, we may suggest that the laws pertaining to the Tumah, impurity, and Tahara, purity of produce, do not apply until its production is complete. Now, since it is the practice of people to rinse certain fruits and vegetables of their dirt before eating them, the wetting renders them a finished product to which the laws of Tumah apply. And although not all produce, and certainly not all food, is rinsed in this manner, it was sensible to establish a general rule regarding all foods that they are not considered food with respect to Tumah until they have been prepared for Tumah, i.e. undergone hechsher through water. Alright, I'll do a little more. Chinuch now introduces a fundamental rule of hechsher, which states that hechsher is effected only if the owner is pleased. As explained by most commentaries, this means that the owner must be pleased with the water and regard it as a liquid. That is, either he is pleased when the water initially comes into existence, i.e. as rain, for he intends to benefit from it in ways one generally benefits from liquids, i.e. washing dishes, or he is pleased with its wetting of his food, for in this way also he regards the water as a liquid, its function being the wetting of the food. Only such water, which has attained the status of a liquid in a functional sense, has the capacity to affect hechsher, prepared for eating. The Chinuch explains this requirement in light of the idea he expressed above regarding hechsher. Now, we're going to have to hold on before we get more into this till tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Halacha, Future Mitzvah, 36 100 for the gold.